Hello YouTube, this is Jeff with Jeff's Toy Reviews, and today I'm reviewing Deformation Aircraft DS-01 Crimson Wings. Now this guy, from what I heard, and I'm not entirely sure, and if you want to correct me in the comments, please do, that these might be the same guys who were once Transform Element, and they came over and started this. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. So, if it is, cool. The Transform Element stuff was really good. I didn't mind their Optimus Prime at all. So anyway, on that note, let's look at the packaging first. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this plane here is not transformed correctly at all. These wings need to be further back. This is actually all covered and fills in quite nicely. These wings are folded down, which makes no sense why they're not extended all the way up. So even on their own packaging, they messed up on the image. On the back, it has a nice silver embossed Crimson Wings Deformation Aircraft, and has the warnings there, don't give to little kids, don't throw away, or please recycle. I don't know. And that's really it. There's not much to the packaging. It is a nice sturdy box, and he comes in his bot mode. And so, it just comes in a giant clamshell in his bot mode, and that is that for the packaging. So to get right in onto the figure himself, here he is in jet mode, and I did mention that he does come in his bot mode. I transformed him for the first time from his robot mode to his jet mode just last night, and I'm going to tell you, it's not a fun transformation because there's so many parts going on that have to be moved kind of almost at the same time type thing. There's just all these weird little sliders, and the engineering to get him to look like this really nice jet to his robot mode is actually impressive, to say the least, that they were able to do that. But the transformation is not fun at all. It's actually, I think the transformation is it's a chore. So and you have to be careful because you don't want to break anything. And this figure is fully painted, and that's where some of the issues lie as well, because it's fully painted. A lot of tabs have that extra paint, causes a little extra friction, and it's which makes things like you feel like you're going to break it. He does, for accessories, he does come with his missile pods that fit onto his jet. He comes with two faces. And there, one's smiling and one's kind of serious, or one's got a smirk and one's got a smile. The other one is a serious face, which I have on him now. And then he comes with these instruction booklets, which, because of the size of the pictures, are garbage. You can't see what's going on. Whoever designed this instruction booklet, this is what you're doing. That's it. No big deal. So that is that. So let's take a look at the vehicle mode. The vehicle mode itself, I think, is nicely done. Lots of nice paneling, everything on mine. Once you get it all figured out and squished together, you tab everything together. A couple things. Like right here, you see there's a little gap right there. I've been trying to push that down, and there just seems to be a little, I don't know, something with it. And my door stays up sometimes or falls down like that. And I just need to get some nail polish or something and put it on there to strengthen up the tab so it stays in there. Otherwise, like in his jet mode, I think his jet mode is absolutely beautiful. It looks like it's supposed to look. It looks like Starscream here. You can see his face. I may have probably should have turned his face around, his head around, but you can see he does have some visible face syndrome there. But everything else on the bottom tucks in quite nice. Well, I guess I wasn't supposed to turn around, because otherwise you would see his face right there, because there's the back of his head. Let me go ahead, and he stands on his wings. Everything looks like pretty solid and put away. I mean, you can tell this is his chest and his crotch piece. And, if you just follow the format of Starscream, these are the legs. but everything else tucks in really nicely. The arms tuck in a different way than what the Masterpiece figures did, and so on. You go ahead and put the landing gear up, and that should close, but it'll fall down again. And now to open up the wheels, I had to use a tool, but you push down here, or if you have long enough nails, you go ahead and do it that way. So, and that is that. Take off his missile pods here before we get into transformation. Lots of squeaking. So his missile pods are really cool. They transform themselves, actually. Going to, if I can separate, oh, come on. All right, so I'm gonna have to use a tool here because I gotta be able to get in here and just pop this open like so, and then you're gonna pull this one back like so, and then these swing all the way around, push down, push like that. Then this is on a rocker here, so you could aim his null rays, and they do extend. So really neat. I like how they did that. I think it's a pretty nifty way to change. Instead of trying to get extra parts and have missile pods everywhere and whatnot, it's a nice way to have to complete the figure without having to worry about where you're going to store stuff and everything else. So really like the null rays on this guy. These are painted as well. So we are going to get into transformation here, and you're going to have to bear with me. It may be a long transformation, but I'm going to try to get in close so you can see everything that's being done, and we'll go from there. So let's get going. All right. Actually, we're not going to go into transformation just yet. I know I just said that, but we are going to do a quick comparison. It's just with the Mpe Starscream. This is the Coronation Starscream, Takara Tomi's Coronation Starscream in his jet mode. And as you could see, the Crimson Skies, or excuse me, Crimson Wings, he's a little, I want to say, I gotta get this right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I want to lift the camera up. Beg my pardon. So as you can see, oop, there we go. They are, if you line up the tails about right, the Crimson Skies, or Crimson Wings, I don't know why I keep calling them Crimson Skies, is just a hair shorter, but he's wider. The body is actually wider a little bit. Oop, there we go. Just a little bit. Like just barely, just, I don't know, just a little bit. He feels heavier though than this one. Like this definitely feels like it has more die cast than the Mpe. And I know the Mpe does have die cast in it, but I don't know. It's, yeah, this just doesn't, it doesn't feel as heavy as it is. And it does feel wider across the body, and the wings feel a little kind of almost, well, no, they're bigger. All the wings are bigger. Like this is a bigger jet. The jet mode's bigger. I do like the color of the Crimson Wings. I think it's, all right. So for transformation, kind of like every other Starscream, I am going to remove his cannons here. I'm going to close up the wheels again. So for every Starscream, the first thing you do is kind of take the wings away from the body. This is kind of interesting because there's a hook here, a hook tab here, and then this just comes out, and you're just going to rock this out. So it's going to go like that. You're going to want as much clearance as you need. Go ahead and this on a double hinge, flip these down, or you can do it later, up to you. I just figured I'd get it down out of the way right now, just because I want it done. Go ahead like that, and then we're going to take this piece, bring that out, take this piece and bring this out like so. Take the wings, we're going to fold these, fold these down. Yeah, these don't fold all the way. Okay. This piece is going to fold too. So we're going to rotate this like so. I'm going to bring this piece like so. And we're going to take, and just leave that for now. We're going to bring this around, up. I'm going to take our wings here. We're going to fold in. And all right, if you just noticed a slight jump, my apologies. Had someone at the door. So my wife came home with groceries. Anyway, so far, this is what you have to do right now. You have everything kind of turned back. You're going to bring this here. We're going to come back, bring these up, and you're going to start to take things apart here. Now the wings. Okay, that's right. So we got to get this out of the way here. We're going to pull, I believe, this is not the best part, but I do like how the arms tuck into the legs, the way they did with the legs, pretty good. And then we have, get this, pull these up and out of the way. Oh. These small little tabs here, I mean small too, need, can I get through? Yep. Kind of push those up and out of the way. Sometimes they just pop out. Sometimes if you actually put them into place securely, then you do need to take a little tool or something and push these out, get those out of the way, because that helps with some of the stuff that's going to happen right here, especially with the arms. Bring the rest of the wings or the tail out of the way. We're going to take arm up and bring this up, bring this out of the way a little bit, just like so, because we just want to get this out. So kind of just loosening everything up at this point. Got this hinge here. I'm basically just coming in underneath and trying to loosen everything that I can up, because we're going to have to open the chest here. The right side facing the camera, so if it's facing you, the right side opens easier because you have the tab here, and the tab, the way it catches, it just opens easier. And as you can see, we're already at the crotch here of Starscream. Bring that up. We're going to bring the legs down. Bring it down, give you some clearance to actually work all the other stuff that's in here. Here is Starscream's butt. So we're going to bring this forward, We're going to take the arms, bring these down, because you're going to try to get as much clearance as you can. You're going to, bring these hinges down, straighten the arms up. Okay, it's going to give you a little bit. Oh, I do want to straighten up. Why not? Oh. No, that's okay. It doesn't need to lock into place yet. You're going to turn this piece sideways. Mine, this flap is not very tight, which is great. I did see a couple reviewers where this was really tight. They were afraid they were going to break it. This swivel here, it's on a mushroom peg, and people just felt they were going to break it. I did have some issues with real tightening stuff. I had to take a screwdriver and loosen a couple things up just so I can get it to move properly. Go ahead and get this out of the way for right now, because this piece was sticking up. So just get that out of the way. You're going to take the arms. I think this is one of the trickiest parts in my opinion. Oh, actually we have to do something else. We're going to come up here. We're going to take the intakes here. You can see they're on a slider screw, and you can't slide them because they're kind of stuck. They're kind of in place. There's a red plastic hinge here, or an arm, and you have to pop them around it. Now, putting it into the jet mode, this is the biggest problem that I ran into, because there's absolutely no clearance. The instructions don't tell you how to do this. Thank you, MGO, for showing me how to do this on his video. It worked out great. And I'm just going to push these up and back just to get them out of the way for right now. And then that'll free up all of that and all that stuff. I'm going to push this up and get this. No, we'll just leave that down for now. So for the arms, actually we can collapse this, I think. Go ahead. Because what you're going to do with the arms, now this part's tricky. So swivel these up, arms up, the wing portions up like so. You're going to take the armature here, you're going to go, it's on this hinge and swivel here. You're going to take this and you're going to push it in, and then you're going to rotate it around like so. So it brings it onto the inside. So right when you come out of jet mode, you're all lined up, but you want to bring it out just like so. So right now it looks like this, where the arm is on the inside, right? The arm's here. So you're going to rotate this piece here. And then you're going to, I just found it was easier if I push this down, turned, brought up, and then brought back down like that, and it puts the arm on the outside. So that was here, rotate to put on the inside, and then bring down and out to pull on the outside. And then you're going to take this and you're going to kind of leave that alone for now, because we got more to do. So the nose cone and canopy here, there are these panels right here and here, and then you could split this here. Actually, you got to bring cockpit up. This is on a hinge, and this clearance was a pain too. There you go. Put your thumb in there if you can, or if you have a tool you need to use. So this whole piece comes out, and there's Starscreamer's noggin right there. Hey. So this is out here. You need to slide, bring this up, and then this is going to slide up and out. And it's tied in there, and you almost feel like when you're putting it in there, you're going to break it. And that's how I felt. So if you flip this all the way up, that helps bringing it out. I don't remember it helping that much putting it in. So, and then get that out of the way. We're going to take this piece, put the cockpit back down. There we go. Put that back down, and then we'll rotate that later. I had to loosen up these screws here to be able to put Starscream's head in here, because this piece was so tight, and it's still pretty tight. You're gonna bust open the nose at this point. Take the tip, take the nose cones, rotate them, and bring them in. This side as well, you're going to rotate, bring them in. Now I know going into jet mode, I'm not helping you there, I'm sorry. This isn't going to be much of a help, but getting into back in, I hope this helps quite a bit. So at this point, you're going to rotate this whole piece here. Actually, sorry, brought that up too early for clearance, and I just hit my camera. This is one of those clearance issues. There we go. So you have to rotate this all the way over to where it's sitting like this. Bring back. And so your whole piece should look like that. Actually, fold that in there. And then it should look all like this. And you have Starscream looking at you. You're going to take this piece here is on a slider. I don't think you can see into there. You see the slide there. Okay. You're going to push this canopy portion back. This was tough. I had to watch Ben's Collectibles videos. I watched his first on the transformation, and you know, it was very helpful. You push that all the way down, and then you take this whole section here, and you rock this forward, and you have an extra, there's a hinge here in the middle, a double hinge. And we're going to bring the legs down now. So bring that up and out of the way like that. You can notice some paint rubbing. That's because there's like not a lot of room to work, unfortunately. You can collapse the crotch piece. You're going to bring this crotch piece up again, flatten out the butt cheeks, and you got that there. You can take the fun part. You're going to untab the legs. I actually think the legs are the most fun to transform. So we're going to take this. We're going to basically collapse. Sorry, I did that off camera. We're going to collapse like this, and then bring this all together, like so. So you're going to rotate this portion up, bring back the collapsed leg. It's all going to fit nice and snug in there. This is on a double hinge here. Bring this up, close it because we still got to get the feet done. And the feet, now there is an issue with clearance on the feet. So when you have the foot out like so, you have to get the toe in the right position and it's basically this position. It should look like this. And there's barely enough clearance here on this double hinge to get, well, actually there's a lot more clearance than when you're trying to take it out for the first time. And you're going to just collapse it right into there. And it has to be this way because this little is the only notch available. And then you can just go ahead and bring that down. We're going to take the leg, which is on a slider here. See the slide? I'm going to push this up first. Oop. Push that up. That'll click into place, which is nice. Make sure this is up. It's on a hinge. Fold back. Bring this piece down. There's a little tip here. This is for the back area of the wings. I'm in plane mode, and you're just going to kind of clicks into place a little bit. You're going to take the back of the leg, the back of the jet, and also the back of the leg. You're going to use that double hinge to bring it all the way up, and it just tabs all into place. Got to make sure it's all the way up. You want that to tab in, and then you want this to, oh yeah, that one doesn't tab in. Then you bring this, and that completes the leg over there. Bring the foot up, bring the engine in the back, toe down, and that's what his leg looks like. It's nice. Told you this transformation is very fiddly. Go ahead and take the foot down, bring the engine around. Cool thing is you're kind of already right here when you do that. And then you just take on this double hinge. And what I mean by right there is like this piece is lined up for you when you bring the foot down to turn it. And then there's a tab there that tabs into the bottom of the foot. The feet are die cast. I did that all off, didn't I? My apologies. Basically, when you bring the foot down, this should already be lined up. And it's easier to do in hand than on camera. But I'm not complaining. Well, got to make sure that this is all. And so there's a tab in there that's, once it's hooked, it's really tight in place. So bring this back down if you like. Swivel the foot to the bottom. You're going to take this piece here. Again, you're going to collapse, collapse, bring this up, and then this is going to, this piece here, you're going to actually get the foot out of the way again. My apologies. Bring this down. You're going to rotate this whole block, rotates up like so. You're going to bring this down, flip it around, and then you're going to slide everything up. Bring this back. This little piece keeps sticking up. Push that back down. And go ahead and put that in, and then everything collapses like so. Bring the double hinge up, and then you'll have a small little, it'll kind of connect there. Your main tab to connect everything is this one here. Bring this down, collapse the engine, and then boom, you are good to go. That's what his legs look like. Pretty nice. Okay, so last night when I was doing this, this was a lot harder. So at least it's fresh in my head. I'm gonna leave that up for now. We're gonna bring this, rotate this down. Okay, we're gonna bring this forward. We're gonna bring this hinge forward, I believe. No, it has to go back. Trying to remember how I lined this up. Actually, it should be forward. Bring everything down like so. Then you bring this in, and this will just collapse all in like so. So that's all lined up. Sorry about that. You have to basically get the hinge back being flat again. Bring everything in. These side pieces here kind of wrap around Starscream's neck and everything. And then we're getting there. Using this hinge, we're going to come back up here. We're going to bring these forward for now. We're not going to close everything yet. We're going to put this back in the middle. And we're going to rotate these up. Actually, we're going to go ahead and we're going to collapse everything now, because I think that'll work better. Because I am not following the instructions. I'm just showing you how the best way it was for me to transform. You have these little two notches here. This tab is going to go into the chest portion here. And you're just going to bring this around like, oop. You're just going to close this in that little extra gray tab area. Kind of line everything up. And there's not a lot of clearance. You got to kind of fudge it a little bit and then press together. Oh, I forgot a piece. Dang it. So we're going to undo that like so. So on the inside here, there's this gray piece here. It does not come out easy. Well, unfold it all the way if you can. Apparently mine's cooperating with me right now. And it doesn't want to come down. Why don't you want to come down? Please come down. Okay, work that down. This piece is going to fold all the way down because it's going to fill in the waist area. And same here on the other side. We're just going to try to... got my fingernail on that one pretty good. And that'll help fill in some gappage, which is nice. I like it when that happens. Bring these back in. And we're going to come ahead, put these back into place. And there, we go. We are about 80% done. You're going to take these pieces, this is on a double hinge, as you can see, kind of like the Mpe 11 here. Some double hinges there. We're going to try to bring these up and around like so. Because you want to have everything kind of like this. Now this folds in now. You can bring that back. That's going to fold in there. There is a little tab here that kind of causes some clearance issues, but I guess it's not too bad. Maybe it helps out. There's nothing really well, I guess they do. They kind of sit, that tab kind of sits inside the wings. And we are getting closer, people. You're going to bring intakes forward again. You're going to bring the arms. You're going to kind of work them around the intakes like so, because these are on a little bit of a hinge, so that'll help. So you don't have to like worry about stressing the intakes or anything. Bring them down here, and then we're going to bring everything back again. Straighten this up, so because it's going to catch, it'll catch over here. Bring the intakes back again, and they should go all the way back. You're going to bring these pieces in. They're going to slide right over into the shoulder area, like so. Bring Starscream's head out of the way. And then this is going to lock everything into place. You're going to bring this piece down here. Kind of turn it to the side. Push that down. Keep it to the side. And then these are going to interlock right here. Like so. Bring these forward like so. See, we're almost done. Look at that. Take the fists out. Take the hands, I should say, out of his forearms. And bring this one out here. And then back down, down, down. We're going to bring this up here, bring the hinge down. So however you like to have your wings displayed. I have a mosquito in my office. Dang it. And there we have it. Whew. Okay. Bring the camera down so you take a look. Adjust my lighting. And there he is in his robot mode. Now, I actually really love this figure's robot mode. I do. This is, I do not plan on getting the Takara Starscream 1. It was way too expensive. Takara, way over like price that figure, $240. They got Thundercracker and Skywarp coming out at the same price. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Make sure all that's down, tabbed in, looks good. He looks great. For his null rays, these are a tight fit until you mess with it more and more. It does squeak like Fans Toys. But these are the only parts, if you notice, squeak. And there they are. So I think he's an excellent looking figure. I think they lower this a little bit more, bring in a little bit here. And focus here on the face. And his eyes are painted red, which is nice. There they go. Shine pretty good. He does have the springy ears. That's why he was able to do the transformation stuff. I do have him on this with the serious face. I will be changing that to the smirk to just look at him all around. I think the back is what gets me. How clean is the back of this figure? Like you have a little bit of the hinges here, and you have the flaps here, but whatever. Look at that. This back is flat. There's like nothing. It's all just smooth. Makes him very thin, very slim. He's not back heavy. He's not. Everything's good in place. He stands perfectly fine. He stands straight up, and I like him. I like him a lot. For his face head sculpt, let's go ahead, get in there. So you can definitely see his face here. Everything is painted. They did go with a flat paint on. The reds are all flat. The blues are a little shiny, but I just think it's because it's die cast. There's so much die cast in this thing. The feet are die cast. It feels like the arms are die cast. The hands feel like they're die cast. The chest does not feel like it's die cast. And the chest does not flip up to reveal any missiles or anything. They did not do that with this figure, which is fine. I never use that feature anyway. But yeah, this figure's excellent. So there you have Crimson Wings here in his robot mode. Now for articulation, he can look up a great deal. He can look down a really good deal. He can swivel back and forth. He can't really emote or anything. Can't turn his head sideways or whatever. Just look up and down. Arms are on a ratcheted universal. They do not, because the wings, you can't get a full 360. No razor pulsable. He does have a double jointed elbow. That's not a cheat. It's a real double jointed elbow that they included for him. He does have a wrist swivel. All fingers are articulated with a base pin at the knuckle, and then each finger is individual. It does have a curve in his finger, so when he points, it's kind of curvy, kind of weird, but it's like a witch's finger. Like, yeah. But anyway, he does have a. This is awesome. A waist swivel, and the only thing that gets in the way is this little bit of back piece here, but not much. If you really wanted to, you just bring down his butt a little bit, and you can stick it just fine. You can just turn it just fine. He also has, because of transformation, it's really tight. But if you work at it, you can get him an ab crunch. But you can look back, see the hinges there. Now, the one thing a couple of people didn't like is when you have the rotation, this breaks up. If you pose him right, you're not going to see that. I think that's fine. It's just nice to have Starscream with a waist rotation. He does have ratcheted legs, up and down, universals there. Oh, got an extra. I don't know why this is here. I think it's for help in transformation or at least in posing, but I didn't see the need for it during transformation. He does have a double jointed knee that goes up pretty far, and he does have a thigh swivel. No knee swivel. Does have an ankle rocker and no toe tilt or anything like that, but there's a little bit of a heel tilt if you want to use that. And that is that. So there he goes. I'll go ahead and get a couple of figures out here for get some for comparison, so you can check to see which one you like more or less. And for comparison, we have. Okay, so for comparison, I brought a couple of different figures in. I did bring in this is the Magic Square Optimus Prime, or Light of Freedom. Give you an idea what they look like together. And his head always wants to look down. So, yep, he's taller than him. I think Prime should be taller than Starscream, but that's just me. Here is the transform element. which I think these guys, if they said correctly, are the same company. He's taller, which I figured he would be, just because of the nature of the bots themselves. Here we go with Masterpiece and Megatron, and Masterpiece Megatron is also taller. And I think these guys actually look pretty good together, in my opinion. So they look great together, actually. But hey. And of course, last but not least, we're going to bring in Mpe Starscream here. Now, right off the bat, he's taller. Crimson Wings is taller. There's a lot of detailing in the Takara that I do like the intake fans, or the engine. I'm not going to get into it because I know I'm going to mispronounce it. But right off the bat, you could tell something that I like about this one a lot, that I don't like about this one, is I like the head sculpt so much more. His head's bigger, goes with his body more. It seems like this head is just too small for the body, and it's also way too dark. Like, you can't, like, his face is just so hard to see. But when you look at him against, you look at Crimson Wings here, and I mean, this looks like your cartoon masterpiece, your cartoon figure, your cartoon toy. Like, he looks great. And here's the other thing too. Now, let's see how this comes off. I'm going to show the back. Like, you can just, I mean, the kibble on the MP11 on the back versus what's on Crimson Sky or Crimson Wings is so different. This guy just fills the part perfectly for my shelf. Don't get me wrong, I'm keeping my MP11 because he has the coordination garb with him. I like the way he looks when he has that stuff on him, so he's still on my shelf, but I am putting this guy right next to him. He looks great. Final thoughts, I really like this figure. I think the price is worth it. The price of admission is only, I think I paid $139 going through TF Direct. That's tf-direct.com. They ship out of China. I do know that they're pre-ordering him again, and I think their price went up a little bit. I think it's $159 now, and they do have the pre-orders up for this, their Skywarp and Thundercracker paint scheme. So I might jump in on those two just to have another set of Thundercracker and Skywarp. But in this mold, because I really do like this mold, or this paint scheme, the mold, everything. The transformation is not horrible, but it's not fun either. It's not something that I think is the best thing ever. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I went from Jet to Bot in transformation. One, the transformation seems to be easier transforming it from the Jet to the Bot mode. And also, I don't plan on having him displayed in his Jet mode on my shelf. I have him, he's going to be displayed in his Robot mode, and I kind of wanted to end it there. I know if people really want to see it, please put a comment down below. I can go ahead and do the transformation again. Maybe it'll help with some of the joints, loosen them up again, but that's only if you guys want it. If you don't request it, I'm not going to do it. So that is that. I think he's a must-get. Really a fantastic version of Starscream. I just really like this guy. Oh, and to pop off the face, this just comes up to swap out the faces. That just comes off, and then you have the tabs on the back. And actually, I put my faces down. You just take that out. They're held by friction. I knew I was forgetting something, and I'm just going to put in the smirking face, because Starscream always has to have a smirk on his face, and I think that looks really good. Just that little like smile, you know. And I really like Starscream, just because he always looks like he has some sort of devious plan going. So anyway, that is that. The other face looks like this, if you don't remember, just a smiling face. And then this is the face that was on him, the stern face. And I do like this face. So it does look like he has a little smudge on his face though, so I might have to take that back off. And no, that's on there. Man, okay, I guess I got a couple of blemishes on my face for Crimson Wings, but he's still worth the money. He really is. For a third-party company to come out and do a bot this well, it says DS-01, so this is supposed to be their first figure. So, but from what I've heard, they may be related to Transform Element, and that's fine too, because Transform Element I think did a great job with their Prime, and with so I was hoping for a couple other figures, and I guess their Mirage was really good too, which I missed out on. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Again, any questions, comments, please leave them below. I do apologize for rambling. I kind of get, that way a little bit. And that's it. Thank you so much. Again, have a great evening and keep collecting, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.